George Reeves, the man who first soared across our screens as Superman, tragically met a mysterious end in 1959. His portrayal of the iconic superhero made him a household name and a beloved figure for children everywhere. But behind the cape and tights, Reeves yearned for more than just TV fame. He dreamed of being a respected leading man on the big screen, a dream that was never fully realized. The details of his death remain a perplexing puzzle, even 6 decades later. On that fateful June night, Reeves was found dead in his bedroom with a gunshot wound to the head. The LAPD ruled it a suicide, but the circumstances surrounding his demise were anything but clear-cut. Reeves's sudden and tragic death shocked his loved ones and the media alike. Questions swirled about the events leading up to his final moments, and rumors of foul play began to circulate. Was it truly a suicide, as the official report claimed, or was there something more sinister at play? The lack of clarity and the numerous unanswered questions have fueled speculation and theories about Reeves's death for decades. Now, new evidence has emerged, suggesting that there might be more to this tragic tale than meets the eye. It's time to delve deeper into the dark secrets that surround George Reeves's untimely demise, a scandal that shook Hollywood to its core. In 1935, a young and ambitious George Reeves set his sights on Hollywood, dreaming of becoming a leading man in the film industry. He enrolled at the prestigious Pasadena Playhouse, a renowned acting school that had produced numerous stars. There, he immersed himself in his craft, performing in various plays and honing his acting skills. It wasn't long before Reeves's talent and charisma caught the attention of Maxwell Arnow, a legendary casting director known for discovering Hollywood icons like Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn. Arnow saw potential in Reeves and arranged for him to take a screen test, a pivotal moment that would launch his career and set him on the path to becoming the first on-screen Superman. "Mr. White, Superman, thank heavens. Aren't you working a little late?" This line from Gone with the Wind, spoken by Scarlett O'Hara, marked George Reeves' first credited role in a Hollywood film. He played Brent Tarleton, one of the many suitors vying for Scarlett's attention in this iconic Civil War epic. It was a small but significant role for Reeves, showcasing his acting skills and charming personality. But despite appearing in such a groundbreaking and Oscar-winning film, Reeves struggled to land prominent roles in the following years. He found himself stuck in a series of B-movies like The Fighting 69th and The Strawberry Blonde, which failed to propel his career forward. However, Reeves wasn't one to give up easily. He continued to work steadily, appearing in 5 Hopalong Cassidy westerns and even starring alongside Veronica Lake in the war drama So Proudly We Hail. These roles may not have been leading man material, but they provided valuable experience and exposure for the aspiring actor. In a surprising twist, Reeves decided to put his acting career on hold and enlist in the U.S. Army during World War II. This decision was a testament to his patriotism and his willingness to serve his country. He joined the Special Services Division, where he entertained troops and participated in the production of training films. During his military service, Reeves's talents didn't go to waste. He joined the USAAF's Broadway show, Winged Victory, showcasing his acting skills to a wider audience. He also played a role in producing training films for the Army Air Force's 1st Motion Picture Unit, demonstrating his versatility and dedication to his craft, even in the midst of war. But when Reeves returned to Hollywood after the war, he found a changed landscape. The film industry was recovering from the war's impact, with slower production schedules and even studio closures. The competition for roles was fierce, and Reeves faced an uphill battle to secure work. Despite the challenges, he continued to pursue his acting dreams. In 1949, he landed the lead role in the low-budget serial The Adventures of Sir Galahad, a classic tale of chivalry and adventure. He then took on a darker role as a villainous gold prospector in Jungle Jim and its sequel, Jungle Goddess. These films, while not critical darlings, helped Reeves stay afloat in the industry and showcased his ability to play both heroes and villains. However, the struggle to make a living as an actor took a toll on Reeves. He had to take on a second job digging cesspools to supplement his meager income. This humbling experience, combined with the challenges of a crumbling marriage, left him feeling discouraged and disillusioned with his Hollywood dreams. In 1949, George Reeves, feeling frustrated with the lack of opportunities in Hollywood, decided to shake things up and try his luck in New York City. He hoped that the burgeoning world of television would provide him with more substantial roles and a chance to revitalize his career. Reeves's gamble paid off when he landed a series of roles on live television anthology programs, showcasing his acting skills and versatility, but his heart was still set on the big screen, and in 1951, he returned to Hollywood to star in the Marlene Dietrich-led Western Rancho Notorious. However, fate had other plans for Reeves. That same year, while facing professional challenges and a growing sense of disillusionment, he was offered the lead role in a new television series called Adventures of Superman. At first, Reeves hesitated. Like many actors of his time, he saw television as a lesser medium compared to film. But with limited options on the big screen, he reluctantly accepted the role, not realizing the impact it would have on his life and legacy. Hello there, this is George Reeves, your candid reporter for Kellogg's, the greatest name in cereals. With these words, Reeves introduced himself to audiences across America as the Man of Steel. The show, which premiered in 1952, was a groundbreaking success, introducing the world to the first live-action Superman and captivating viewers of all ages. Despite his initial hesitation, Reeves embraced the role with dedication and enthusiasm. He became synonymous with Superman, his portrayal of the iconic hero earning him a place in television history. But fame came at a cost, and Reeves soon found himself struggling to break free from the shadow of his most famous role. Before Adventures of Superman took flight, George Reeves first donned the iconic cape and tights in a black-and-white film pilot called Superman and the Mole Men. The unexpected success of this pilot surprised everyone, catapulting Reeves to television stardom and setting the stage for future Superman adaptations. For many fans, this early portrayal of the Man of Steel remains a cherished favorite. However, the triumph of Adventures of Superman came with its own set of challenges. The demanding filming schedule left Reeves with little time to pursue other acting opportunities, limiting his ability to explore different roles and genres. While he enjoyed the fame and recognition that came with playing Superman, Reeves yearned for a more diverse and challenging career. The constraints of the Superman role also caused frustration in his personal life. In 1958, he ended a long-term affair with ex-showgirl Toni Mannix and publicly announced his engagement to socialite Leonore Lemon. This decision angered Mannix, who reportedly began harassing the newly engaged couple. Despite the success of Adventures of Superman, Reeves's desire for more fulfilling roles and the complexities of his personal life created a sense of unease and dissatisfaction. He was trapped in the image of Superman, unable to break free from the constraints of the iconic role. In response to Toni Mannix's harassment, Reeves took legal action, seeking a restraining order against her. This escalating conflict further complicated Reeves's personal life, already strained by the demands of his career and his desire for more challenging roles. Rumors even swirled that Reeves was considering breaking off his engagement with Lemon due to the ongoing drama. Despite the turmoil in his personal life, Adventures of Superman continued to soar in popularity. The show ran for 6 successful seasons, producing a total of 104 episodes and solidifying Reeves's status as a household name. However, the success came at a price. Reeves became typecast as the Man of Steel, limiting his ability to secure diverse roles in the film industry. Reeves, grappling with insecurities and a desire for more substantial acting opportunities, expressed concern about the show's predominantly youthful audience. He feared that being associated with a children's superhero would hinder his chances of being taken seriously as a dramatic actor. Despite his frustration, Reeves managed to land guest appearances in notable productions like I Love Lucy and From Here to Eternity, showcasing his acting range and versatility. However, by the time of his mysterious death in 1959, Reeves had experienced a 2-year period of unemployment as an actor. On the night of June 16, 1959, the life of George Reeves came to a tragic and mysterious end. In the quiet seclusion of his Benedict Canyon home, amidst a small gathering hosted by his fiancée Leonore Lemon, Reeves was found dead in his bedroom. A single gunshot wound to the head had ended the life of the man who once portrayed the invincible Superman. The circumstances surrounding his death remain shrouded in mystery to this day. The small party downstairs included writer Robert Condon, William Bliss, and neighbor Carol Van Ronkel. Fred Crane, Reeves's former co-star from Gone with the Wind, had left earlier in the evening, but the remaining guests offered conflicting accounts of the events leading up to Reeves's death. According to statements given to the Los Angeles Police Department, Reeves had gone upstairs to bed but later returned to the party, seemingly agitated by the noise. After having a quick drink, he returned to his room, still in a sour mood. Sometime between 1:30 and 2 a.m., a gunshot rang out, and William Bliss discovered Reeves's lifeless body on his bed. When the police arrived, the remaining guests were heavily intoxicated, and their statements were fragmented and contradictory. However, they all agreed that Reeves had taken his own life, citing his struggles with his career and his inability to find steady work as the main motivator. Lemon, Reeves's fiancée, claimed that he was deeply depressed about his career prospects and the fading popularity of Adventures of Superman. She painted a picture of a man struggling with his identity and his place in the world, a stark contrast to the heroic image he portrayed on screen. While the LAPD's initial report concluded that Reeves's death was a suicide due to his career frustrations, numerous inconsistencies and questionable findings cast doubt on this ruling. The lack of fingerprints on the murder weapon and the absence of gunpowder residue on Reeves's hands raised suspicions of foul play. The presence of 3 bullet holes in the bedroom, with the fatal bullet lodged in the ceiling, further fueled the mystery surrounding his death. Witnesses claimed to have heard only a single gunshot, contradicting the multiple bullet holes and adding another layer of confusion to the events of that night. Despite these discrepancies, the police maintained that there were no signs of forced entry or evidence of another person in the room with Reeves. However, their investigation was criticized for its lack of thoroughness, with claims that the crime scene wasn't properly documented and crucial evidence like fingerprints was overlooked. Further fueling speculation were reports that Leonore Lemon, Reeves's fiancée, had made a chilling statement predicting his death. She allegedly told someone, "He's probably going to go shoot himself," followed by a series of observations that eerily mirrored the events that unfolded that night. The combination of these inconsistencies and the lack of concrete evidence led to a widespread belief that there was more to Reeves's death than met the eye. Many suspected foul play, pointing fingers at potential suspects like Lemon herself, who had a volatile relationship with Reeves, and Tony Mannix, his former lover who had allegedly been harassing the couple. The details surrounding George Reeves's death become even more convoluted, as it's revealed that Leonore Lemon, his fiancée who was hosting the party downstairs, waited nearly 45 minutes to notify the police after hearing the gunshot. This delay in reporting the incident raised eyebrows and added another layer of doubt to the official suicide ruling. A curious phone call further fueled speculation, with someone calling a friend and urging them to listen to the radio, claiming that George has just committed suicide. The timing and nature of this call remain a mystery, adding to the intrigue surrounding Reeves's death. Despite the LAPD's conclusion, George Reeves's mother, Helen Basolo, refused to accept the suicide ruling. She believed it was premature and insisted on further investigation into the possibility of foul play. She hired attorney Jerry Giesler, who conducted a thorough investigation for a month, but ultimately found no evidence to contradict the LAPD's findings. The events of that fateful night remain shrouded in mystery. The lack of fingerprints on the gun, the multiple bullet holes in the bedroom, and the delay in reporting Reeves's death raise questions that have never been fully answered. George Reeves, the man who brought Superman to life on screen, was laid to rest at Mountain View Cemetery in Altadena, California. In recognition of his contributions to television, he was posthumously awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1960, a bittersweet tribute to an actor whose life was cut short under mysterious circumstances. Despite the LAPD's official ruling of suicide, doubts persisted about the circumstances surrounding George Reeves's death. Even fellow actors like Gig Young and Alan Ladd found it hard to believe that the man who portrayed the invincible Superman could take his own life. Reeves's friend Rory Calhoun went on record saying, "No one in Hollywood believed the suicide story," casting doubt on the official narrative. This skepticism was further fueled by the fact that Adventures of Superman was set to return to television in 1960. with Reeves reprising his iconic role. It seemed unlikely that an actor with such a promising opportunity would suddenly take his own life. Phyllis Coates, Reeves's co-star in the first season of Adventures of Superman, also expressed disbelief in the suicide theory. She even claimed that Toni Mannix, Reeves's ex-girlfriend and the wife of MGM Vice President Eddie Mannix, had called her before the news of his death was even public, claiming he had been murdered. These revelations, coupled with the lack of concrete evidence and the inconsistencies in witness statements, gave rise to numerous conspiracy theories. One prominent theory suggested that Eddie Mannix, with his alleged ties to the mafia, may have ordered Reeves's death due to his past affair with Toni. Lemon's changing accounts of the events leading up to Reeves's death, along with her tumultuous relationship with the actor, further fueled suspicions. It was a tangled web of relationships and motives, leaving many to believe that there was more to Reeves's death than met the eye. The aftermath of George Reeves's death in June 1959 sent shockwaves through Hollywood. His fiancée, Leonore Lemon, along with 3 other guests at their home, painted a disturbing picture of the events leading up to the tragedy. They claimed that Reeves, agitated and upset, had declared his intention to go upstairs and shoot himself before abruptly leaving the room. Despite hearing a gunshot soon after, they waited a staggering 45 minutes before contacting the police. This delay, coupled with the lack of conclusive evidence and inconsistencies in witness statements, fueled skepticism about the LAPD's quick ruling of suicide. Close friends of Reeves, including actors Gig Young and Alan Ladd, expressed doubts about the official narrative. Rory Calhoun, a friend of Reeves, even stated that no one in Hollywood believed the suicide story. The iconic introduction to Adventures of Superman, which had become a beloved part of American television since its debut in 1952, now took on a tragic irony. The man who portrayed the invincible Superman had met a devastating end, and the circumstances surrounding his death were far from clear. Reeves's journey to becoming Superman was marked by desperation and a yearning for recognition. Although the role would later be seen as a pinnacle achievement, Reeves took it on out of necessity, as his career had stalled after his initial success in Gone with the Wind. After serving in World War II, Reeves struggled to regain his footing in Hollywood. The industry had changed, and opportunities were scarce. He faced financial difficulties and a growing sense of frustration with his career trajectory. This desperation, coupled with his tumultuous personal life, painted a darker picture of the man behind the Superman persona. Returning to Hollywood after his military service, George Reeves faced a tough reality. The war had disrupted the film industry, and roles were scarce. The career trajectory he had envisioned seemed to stall, leaving him with dwindling opportunities and diminishing paychecks. In 1951, amidst this professional struggle, Reeves was approached to play Superman in the upcoming television series Adventures of Superman. He hesitated at first, as television was still considered inferior to film, and the show was aimed at a younger audience. Reeves feared that taking on the role would typecast him and limit his chances of landing more diverse and serious roles in the film industry. Despite his reservations, Reeves ultimately accepted the role, driven by a need for work and the hope that it might open doors for him in the future. Little did he know that this decision would define his life and legacy, both for better and for worse. The role of Superman brought Reeves immense fame and recognition, making him a household name and a hero to children across the nation. However, the success came with a downside. The demanding schedule of the show left him with little time to pursue other acting opportunities. The image of Superman became so ingrained in the public's mind that it became difficult for him to shed it and be taken seriously as a dramatic actor. In a candid 1958 interview with the Evening Star, Reeves openly addressed his career frustrations. He revealed that he took on the role of Superman because he was hungry for work, but after 6 seasons of playing the iconic hero, he found himself struggling to move forward. Producers were hesitant to cast him in other roles, believing he was too closely associated with the Man of Steel. Despite the success of Adventures of Superman, Reeves faced a harsh reality behind the scenes. His salary was not commensurate with his fame, and he struggled financially even as his alter ego soared on screen. Feeling trapped in the role of Superman, he tried to leave the show after 3 seasons, but his contract prevented him from doing so. Frustrated and disillusioned, Reeves found himself in a difficult situation. He couldn't get the roles he wanted, and his commitment to Superman consumed most of his time. Some speculate that this led to a deep depression that pushed him to take his own life. However, others, including his business manager and mother, contested this narrative. They argued that while Reeves was disappointed with his career, his feelings were not severe enough to explain suicide. His mother even stated, "It's not like my George to do a thing like that." Amidst these challenges, Reeves sought to take control of his career by venturing into directing, producing, and writing. He directed the last 13 episodes of Adventures of Superman and expressed enthusiasm for taking on more responsibilities behind the camera. This was a proactive step towards creating a more fulfilling career, but it didn't solve all of his problems. In 1958, Reeves's personal life took a dramatic turn when he ended his affair with ex-showgirl Toni Mannix and publicly announced his engagement to socialite Leonore Lemon. This decision angered Mannix, who reportedly started harassing the couple. Reeves's relationship with Lemon was also tumultuous, filled with fights and drama. After separating from his wife, George Reeves entered into a 3-year affair with actress Toni Mannix, who was married to Eddie Mannix, a notorious Hollywood fixer with rumored ties to the mob. But the scandal wasn't about the affair itself. Eddie Mannix, despite his reputation, was reportedly unbothered by his wife's relationship with Reeves, having his own affairs outside their marriage. The real problem arose when Reeves broke Toni Mannix's heart by ending their affair and getting engaged to socialite Leonore Lemon. Eddie, fiercely protective of his wife, was not happy with Reeves's decision. This love triangle, entangled with rumors of mob connections, fueled speculation that Reeves's death was no mere suicide. Some believe he was murdered by Eddie Mannix or his associates as revenge for breaking Toni's heart. While this theory remains unproven, it highlights the dark and dangerous underbelly of Hollywood during that era. Even Reeves's relationship with Leonore Lemon was fraught with complications. Although they were engaged to be married, their relationship was marred by alcohol-fueled arguments and constant bickering. Lemon had allegedly expected Reeves to be a wealthy movie star, and she was disappointed to discover his financial struggles. After Reeves's death, it was revealed that he had left everything to Toni Mannix in his will, raising further questions about his true intentions and the nature of his relationship with Lemon. Did he still harbor feelings for Mannix, or was it simply an oversight considering their brief engagement? On the evening of June 16, 1959, George Reeves and Leonore Lemon had been out for a night on the town, enjoying a few drinks in each other's company. They returned to Reeves's Benedict Canyon home around 11 p.m., but their quiet night was soon disrupted by unexpected guests. Carol Van Ronkel and William Bliss, acquaintances of the couple, dropped by for a drink. Lemon and writer Robert Condon, who was staying at the house, welcomed them, but Reeves, already in bed, was irritated by the noise. He came downstairs to ask them to quiet down, but they convinced him to stay for a drink. After a brief exchange, he returned to his room, seemingly annoyed. It was then that Lemon made a chilling statement. "He's going upstairs to shoot himself." A noise was heard from above, and she continued, "See, he's opening the drawer to get the gun." A gunshot followed, and Lemon exclaimed, "I told you so." Despite this shocking declaration, it took a full 45 minutes before anyone called the police. When the authorities arrived, they found Reeves's naked body on his bed with a gunshot wound to the head. The gun was found on the floor, and there was a single bullet hole in the ceiling. The witnesses, all of whom had been drinking heavily, stuck to their story that Reeves had committed suicide. At first glance, it seemed like an open and shut case. A man, depressed about his career, takes his own life. But a closer look revealed several puzzling details that cast doubt on the official narrative. For one, Reeves was found naked, which was unusual for someone about to commit suicide. While it was clear he had been drinking, the autopsy report indicated he wasn't severely intoxicated. But even under the influence of alcohol, the idea of someone stripping down before taking their own life seemed odd. Furthermore, the police discovered 2 bullet holes in the carpet in addition to the one in the ceiling that aligned with Reeves's head wound. Yet, the witnesses insisted they had heard only a single shot. To add to the mystery, there were unexplained bruises and marks on Reeves's body, further fueling speculation about foul play. These puzzling details led to a whirlwind of conspiracy theories surrounding George Reeves's death, eventually depicted in the 2006 film Hollywoodland. The theories can be narrowed down to three main scenarios: suicide, the official story, but the inconsistencies and lack of evidence make it hard to believe for many. Murder by Eddie Mannix. Fueled by the alleged affair between Reeves and Toni Mannix, some believe that Eddie, her powerful and connected husband, sought revenge. Accidental shooting by Leonore Lemon. This theory suggests that Lemon, in a drunken state and unhappy with Reeves, accidentally shot him during an argument. Of the incident. Despite these lingering questions, no further investigation was ever launched. Reeves's mother tried to reopen the case by hiring a renowned lawyer, but he mysteriously dropped her as a client without explanation. One fan even suggested that Leonore Lemon's prediction of Reeves's suicide might have been based on past experiences, where he had threatened to harm himself during times of distress. Bliss, being the most responsive guest at the scene, makes sense as he hadn't interacted with Reeves before that night and had no reason to dismiss his behavior as anything other than genuine distress. Others close to Reeves expressed their sadness and disbelief. A fan commented, "Still sad that George Reeves had to go at a young age, and he was clearly depressed too at some point. I wish he could be saved from the alcoholism and the pressure of being in Hollywood." This sentiment highlights the tragic nature of Reeves's demise and the empathy many felt for the actor who struggled with the burdens of fame and personal demons. While the LAPD's ruling of suicide was accepted by the public, it didn't quell the doubts and suspicions that lingered in the minds of those who knew Reeves. The mysterious circumstances surrounding his death, including the lack of fingerprints on the gun and the multiple bullet holes in the bedroom, continued to fuel speculation and conspiracy theories. The death of George Reeves, the beloved Superman, was not just a personal tragedy, it also marked the beginning of what would be known as the Superman curse. Reeves's death became the first in a series of misfortunes associated with actors who had played the iconic superhero, fueling the belief that the role was somehow cursed.